Hey, what's going on guys, it's Butterbar here, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm actually covering over the information that was released from Treyarch during their stream the other day. Now the stream was actually kind of lackluster, there wasn't actually a whole lot of information released during the stream, but they were talking about a field manual that they were releasing, and this field manual had a lot more information covering over everything that we had to look forward to with the Blackout Beta here in the next couple of days. So I'm actually going to go over that information, so hopefully, anything I'm covering, you guys are better prepared for the next couple of days. I was gonna say next week. God, it's in like just a couple of days. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. So let's go ahead and get into it. So one of the first things they actually talked about in the stream was this thing called the drop zone. Now the drop zone is actually like the game lobby, just like Fortnite and PUBG have a game lobby where players are actually loading in. You're able to try out different weapons if you can try to get to them before other players can. And this is what this area is called for the Blackout mode. So you're able to try different weapons, perks, equipment to be able to get used to different things, and I do wonder how long these lobbies are going to be able to take to load up. I imagine with 80 people it's not going to take too long for them to load up a game, but you know what, at least hopefully it will give us enough time to be able to try out different weapons and setups before we actually get into our very first game. Now the next thing they talked about was the Wingsuit. Now Wingsuit has been confirmed that this is something that's going to be staying with you the entire match in Blackout. So you're going to be able to jump off of the hydro dam, the cliffside, waterfalls, whatever you find, a building side, you're going to be able to jump off it and be able to use it and glide wherever you want to. Now this was the funny thing, while they were streaming, Von Har was kind of talking about how if you're a pro player, if you want to see how this wingsuit works out, not only are you going to have a special HUD when you actually get into a game, when you jump out of the helicopters that are going to be bringing you into the Blackout mode, you can use this HUD and Von Har's special tip of, being able to dip your player down, get that velocity as you're falling faster and faster to land, and actually raise yourself up to get that velocity with that wingsuit and actually go faster and further across the map to whatever location you're wanting to get to. So I thought that was a really cool thing that Von Har was kind of talking about, trying to help other players out and let them know that, hey, this is a little unique thing. If you want to use it, you want to use your wingsuit and be able to use it effectively, dip down, try to get some speed and velocity, and it'll get you a lot farther and faster to different map locations throughout the Blackout mode. The next thing that the field manual covers over is inventory management. Now this is including not only the stuff that you're going to have on your person, but also as well anything that you're going to be storing in your backpack. Now the one thing that they talk about in the field manual is what items are not going to be affecting this 5 inventory slot that you will be having in your backpack. Now this goes for the primary and secondary weapons. These two things are not going to be affected. Now that's an LMG, shotgun, sniper rifle, just a regular assault rifle, whatever you're picking up, those 2 weapons are not going to be affecting your inventory slot, as well as 1 health item, 1 armor item, 1 backpack, an equipment item, which is, a cluster grenade, grappling hook, barricade, whatever specialist equipment you're able to find, and about 200 of each ammo type. So you're going to be able to store that on yourself without affecting any of your inventory slots when you are able to pick up a backpack. Now it talked about you can't have any additional weapons, so you can't have like a rocket launcher, with your other 2 secondary and your primary weapons. You can't have anything like that. You will have to switch them out when you're going through. The only thing that actually covers in the list of things that you're able to that you actually put in your other inventory slots is just more armor and more equipment that you're able to find. Now I'm not sure if equipment not only goes for the specialist weapons or the specialist unique items that they can use, the barricade and cluster grenades and whatnot, but I'm not sure if that's actually including perks. That's one thing I would love to know a little bit more, and I guess we'll have to wait until the beta is actually out. The next thing that I found really interesting was perks. Now perks are going to be a consumable item in Blackout, so anytime you find a perk you're able to equip it, and hopefully when you die, this is actually one thing I don't know yet until we actually play the game, is that hopefully once you consume that item, you're not going to be able to drop it from your inventory slot when you die. So I thought that was just very interesting that perks are actual consumables. Now attachments, you can find attachment from what they say around the entire map. You can equip them right away. It's not anything that it takes a lot of time. You don't have to go into your inventory slot and be able to equip them. The one thing they did say though is that not all attachments that you find in the world are going to be able to be attached to all the weapons that you pick up. So you kind of have to figure out what attachments to pick up, what attachments to kind of leave behind, because sometimes your weapons will not actually take what you find in the map. The next thing that the field manual confirms for us is that there's going to be 3 levels of body armor throughout the map. So just like in Heist when we had light, medium, and heavy, we're going to have the exact same thing in Blackout, being able to find those pieces of body armor, and it's also going to change your appearance. Just like in the trailer I was kind of breaking down, you'd be able to see what your player looks like with different sets of body armor, just like you would do in Heist. Now they talked about as well that there's going to be lethal and non-lethal tactical equipment that you're going to be able to use. Hand grenades, flashbang grenades. Actually, Vondahar was joking about how he'd always be getting killed by people with flashbang grenades in the Battle Royale, so that'll be another change that I would love to see as well. You know, from Fortnite and PUBG, not really seeing too much of that kind of diversion, you know, non-lethal tactical equipment, so that'll be a really cool thing to see. They talked about as well specialist-based equipment. We kind of mentioned this a little bit ago, but that's going to be scattered throughout the map. They're going to be a little bit harder to find, but you're able to use them, and any player can use them. It doesn't matter what character you're playing in Blackout, no matter if it's a barricade, grappling hook, whatever it is, and it doesn't matter what character you're playing, you're able to use that. Now, you have to watch out as well, is that you're going to be getting some quests, or Bondar was kind of joking about this, getting quests to complete to be able to unlock other characters in Blackout. So be aware when you actually are equipping these things and being able to find out some of these specialist equipment. Be able to complete these quests the best you can so you can unlock other characters throughout Blackout. Now, the last bit of info that I thought was really interesting, and one that I thought was extremely interesting just because out of the trailer, of the Blackout trailer, I found a RC XD car, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me that there's kill streaks in Blackout. But they stated that that is not the case, so that is actually a Recon car. So the one that they've stated is that that does not have explosives on it or anything. You can actually find that out in Blackout and be able to use that as a you know, an RC car that only will ping people's locations. So kind of like a mixture of Recon's sensor dart and an RC car. So that had kind of put my worries at ease, because as soon as I saw that RCXD car in that trailer, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. They also talked about not only are there going to be supply drops that are going to be coming out of the cargo ship, but there's also going to be supply stashes. So not only are people going to be fighting over everything that's going to be dropped from the actual plane that's flying around, but also there's different locations throughout the Blackout map that people are going to be fighting over. They didn't actually talk about what these supply stashes are going to have. You know, I'm thinking just weapons, ammo, perks, maybe equipment. It just kind of depends on what you know, what we see actually in the beta. You know, what these things are going to be holding, but right now we don't know. But I can see these places as something that people are going to be fighting over, just like the supply drops. I can definitely see these supply stashes being something that people are just going to fight tooth and nail to actually secure. And finally, the last thing is that there is going to be a classic World at War weapon included in the Blackout mode. So people are wondering what it is. It is going to be the PPSH, is going to be the MP40. People do not know yet, but Bondar did say that there will be a classic weapon from the Treyarch series in this game mode, so we'll just have to wait and see what it is. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please drop me a like. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are excited for Blackout here in the next couple of days. Can't wait to play it and try it out and hang out with you guys while I'm streaming it. So have a great rest of the day, guys. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I will see you next time.